Hello everyone, welcome back. It's time for another Kaguya-Sama reaction, Season 3, Episode 9. Hisashiburi da ne. Sorry, it's been a while since the last time I've recorded. Real life has been intruding, and that's kind of annoying. Pretty frustrating place to stop though, because in Episode 8, I think that was just prior to the beginning of the, what's it called? The Culture Festival arc, which I'm not sure how many episodes that spans, but we're pretty much poised like right at the cusp. There's been preparations happening, people all have feelings, all of these things are building up, and it's going to prove to be an interesting time, I think. So, what happened in the last episode? Again, more just prepping, moving pieces into place, but we did get to see Shirogane's dress sense, or perhaps lack of. Also could be due to just his limited wardrobe. Or perhaps his fashion sense isn't that great, but he also has been... well, he hasn't considered that as important for himself. But that was like a little sweet moment as, she... both too embarrassed to, to show positive feelings towards her brother, still wanted the chance to be able to, show him off because, somewhere she's proud of him as long as she can carefully manage how he's how he's presenting himself. Huge step with Shinomiya in admitting to herself that she likes Shirogane. She almost got to the point where she's like, maybe I should just go confess, and then immediately backpedaled because of all of the fear around it, but still a huge step. And also some great interaction again between Shinomiya and Ishigami. Ishigami, who's also having this feeling of time running out for himself, or not so much for himself, but because his particular interest will be graduating soon, and so he won't have that much opportunity. So he's also trying to, work up the courage himself, and that's, at least an interesting interaction because Shinomiya knows about it and she's trying to encourage him. Sort of, I guess, through him, hoping that, she can witness a win and maybe have some of that, I don't know, rub off on her. Or at least just that feeling that, yes, these, people can have nice things. So, that's enough talking. I'm going to get into the episode. Okay, just a quick reminder that these are full-length timer-based reactions, which means you will need to have your own copy so that you can sync up and watch along with me. To help you do that, I'll be showing just occasional little bits of the video and little bits of the audio just to help you keep in sync. I'll also be doing a countdown to lead in. This is episode 9. I'll be starting from this screen, which is where the video starts on Crunchyroll. And I will be starting in 3, 2, 1, go. You'll really need to move past. Let your burning love reach everyone. That's their motto. I wonder what'll happen if I tell you how I feel. Yep. If the person who had feelings first is considered the loser, then it would mean he had lost long ago. I saw a little prompt to skip intro. I was like, what would I have skipped? So this is back in time. Oh wow. The previous president. Hmm. The Ice Princess. An impure outside student. Hmm. He considers himself easily led. Bad optics. Hmm. Ew. Imagine falling in that. Oh, that's right, he can't swim. Holy shit. Still with those flat, cold eyes, though. Your family's rich or you're born talented, none of that matters. Daughter of a newspaper company CEO. People are always waiting for someone else to be sacrificed. Someone who would actually do something without a thought of recompense. What a first impression, though. Of course. What an amazing cosplay. Oh, of course. Rather salacious. I wonder what he's doing at the moment then. Oh, it's too full. Are these the two of the Ramen Kings? Or whatever they were called? Ah, yeah, he was the taxi driver from season 1, Fireworks. Wow. Oh, I think this is gonna sting her pride. Of course she'd have excellent... What are these artifacts? Cup of tea. Of course. The art of serving coffee, the art of serving tea. It's just funny the style that he's illustrated in. It's so serious. This is the taste of love! Oh no. No, nothing. You better enjoy that. Oh. They know. His dad. That was... I did not expect them to revisit them as a thing. Oh, is it though she's so busy? Oh, okay, that makes sense. Tsundere senpai. Well, of course you. I was gonna say, of course you would know. I'm glad that she's been introduced. She interacts really well with She lies. You have to take action or you'll never get anywhere. Everyone is so much better at giving this advice than receiving it themselves. But her interaction with Ishigami and like Shirogane. Oh boy. Oh, of course. I suppose lots of people still have negative thoughts of Ishigami by default. Meanwhile, she's just dying inside. A horror house? That sounds traumatizing. Poor thing. Definitely. Oh, I see the other guy sneaking in. You'd better actually be doing this. I'm not imagining it. Shine beam! Of course he has. Oh my gosh, that went so fast. Whew. Well done, Ishigami. That was yeah, that would have taken guts. That episode absolutely flew past. I don't know. I just felt like there was a lot of stuff, and suddenly it was over. And that was what 25-minute episode, and I only just realized it. There was no opening, right? I didn't hallucinate through it, did I? Yeah, 25 minutes without the opening song. I guess like 24 minutes thereabouts, if you don't count the ending. So, chunky episode, and still filled with stuff, and it just flew past. Okay, where to start? I guess it's a good time to reflect on, where sort of Shirogane came from, and Shinomiya, as far as their relationship is concerned. We got to see Shirogane, just as he'd first joined the school, and, didn't know anyone, was, trying to figure out how do I fit in this school full of, rich snobs, I guess, was the thought. And, yeah, it turns out that it seemed like he was helped by the previous president, so maybe perhaps that informed how he wanted to behave himself, that he'd go out of his way to help someone, i.e., Ishigami. Because who knows, his entire school life might have been different if he hadn't had that hand held out to him on that day. He could have just gone through, just become resentful. He could have just completely been isolated from the rest of the school. But yeah, I think there were some significant moments there, both getting help and then also getting to meet Shinomiya in that way. The way that she managed to make such an impression on him by being someone, I mean, even though from her point of view it was being, calculating, but still she acted. She acted while everyone else was like still too afraid to, get in the water. While Shirogane was also still, worrying about the fact, well, he couldn't swim, so fair enough. But still, he was too busy just thinking and making excuses. That, at least that's how he felt in his mind. And then he sees Shinomiya just almost no hesitation, just run out, and, that's heroic. And yeah, both, I find competence and, just that sort of action to be, highly attractive. So you can see how that would have just completely changed his view on, well, many things. No matter how she may have acted towards him, Well, initially, because obviously we know that she was still very cold to him for, quite a while at the start. It would be difficult to get that image, that first impression out of his head. That would override the fact that she's, being cold and all that. Just the fact that he remembers that she was incredibly heroic in that moment. And of course, we've had most of 3 seasons to see how that's evolved since that point in time. Next, we had the section for the maid cosplay cafe. And that little story managed to serve several purposes. I didn't expect to see the Ramen Kings back in as an event, although I really shouldn't have discounted them. I probably wouldn't have expected to see them here. But seeing as there were 2 that we haven't been introduced to, I probably should have expected that we might see more of them at some point. Yes, this time not just being snobs about their ramen, but this time their coffee or tea. So, at that level, it was just funny because we just, got to see that sort of thing applied again. Just this incredibly picky connoisseur level viewing of the coffee and the tea serving. We also got to see a bit of Hayasaka as well, hilariously just going in dressed as a maid, just cosplaying, but also her incredible skill just coming to the fore and being unable to be hidden from such experts such as the Ramen Kings, who recognize the skill that she has with pouring, as she would, being, working as she does for the Shinomiya family. She would have been, trained perfectly, I imagine. But then also the slightly absurd but also amusing revelation that their sensitivity to the tea was that, I can't remember who it was. The one guy who'd interacted with Chika that one time was so discerning that he was able to detect Shinomiya's bottled feelings of love. Of course, which he was mortified to have been revealed so, loudly. Of course, no one else knew what the hell was going on, but that was still pretty funny. And also, the recognition from the other guy, the taxi driver, who slowly remembered, oh wait, I feel like that girl's familiar. And then eventually I think it clicked for him that day, because you'd see millions of people, but possibly it may leave an impression. This group of kids who were so intent on trying to help their friend, and this friend who seemed, so desperate to see the fireworks with her friends and stuff. Actually, thinking about it, sorry, the fireworks episode really got me. I really liked it, and just talking about it somehow just makes me feel sort of emotional for it, because it was such a sweet moment. Anyway, that middle story ended with the very brief insertion of Shirogane's father, just coming along and being a troll, as usual, I imagine. He for sure knows that this is an excellent time just to be an absolute troll dad to his son. But also, he's discovered how fun it is to mess with Shinomiya too. Although we don't get to see any of that. I don't know whether they'll touch on that later, or we just get to laugh at the fact that, we know he was there and he was going to be dadding it up. But on to the last section. So that was Yu Ishigami's Culture Festival. We got to see Ishigami actually trying to work up the courage to ask Tsubame out. Well done him. He needed a little bit of help, but it's great. It's great that he's got he's got friends who can give him this sort of support, which I feel is something very different from season 1 Ishigami, who was basically keeping to himself all the time. So it's incredible to see how things have changed. And by having friends who will just so easily speak well of him, it certainly makes it easier for other people who might have heard, all of the rumors and all that sort of stuff, to be able to accept him more easily. So yeah, again, part of Ishigami's life improving, I think, regardless of what happens here with Tsubame. Yeah, so among those friends, I guess you would consider Shijo, even though it's quite a recent one. She's been a really good addition to the show, and I think to, their little circle. She's got her own things that she's trying to work out, but I think it's great that she can have, Ishigami as kind of a confidant, another friend to bounce, thoughts and these sorts of things off. It was great seeing her encourage him, even though part of it was a bit painful to her because she could feel her own pain. And with that, with the support, Shinomiya's support previously, Shijo's support, today, as well as from Kashiwagi and Tsubasa, he went over, asked her, not to date or anything, but just whether she'd like to go with him to the horror house thing. And that's something. And she said yes for that. So that's a step. Whatever else happens, at least he won't have any regrets about not asking, which I think would be the worst thing. But further, he asked, he wasn't shot down, and that can only do good things to improve his confidence. I'm not sure what happens if, he decides to ask her on a date and then at that point she rejects him, but at least it should be easier for him to... At least he's had the chance to ask. He's gotten over that huge mental hurdle. And at this point I realized that we didn't see any Chika. Well, not strictly speaking. She was with a group of friends. She was carrying some... she was walking with some cotton candy or something like that. But not really one of the main focuses in this episode. So clearly this partially answers my question of how long is the Culture Festival going to be. Not one episode. There will be more, and I am looking forward to it. Hopefully it won't be so long before I get a chance to record that one and edit it and upload it, but it will be there when it will be there. But please, in the meantime, leave a comment and tell me what you thought of the episode or this reaction. If you like this reaction, then please leave a like. If you didn't, leave a dislike, that's fine. But otherwise, please take care, and I'll see you next time.